Let's move on to Manchester City. We talk about obviously this summer a lot going on in the United States in terms of football, and Manchester City and Chelsea are involved in the Club World Cup, where they could each earn £78 million from winning the Club World Cup. Is this a good incentive to take it seriously? I mean, this is like Champions League type of money.
Yeah, no, it's huge money. I mean, look, what is it? The prize money now? I think they're talking about up to 1 billion. It's phenomenal in terms of the money that they're putting in there. However, we've got to look at this in several contexts. One is the political power struggle for FIFA to try and dominate world football even more and more and take over more of the football calendar. And will the players really be in the right state of mind and fitness to really develop themselves for this particular competition? Psychologically, it comes at the wrong time of year for most of the European players. And it is the end of a hard season. And no matter what anybody says, those players do go through the mill now in terms of stresses and demands on their bodies. And so I think clubs will have one eye on the prize money, but I think the problem may be is that they'll accept the lesser sort of prize monies quite happily, which are also are sizable. And it may not be the need to win it that they're going to stretch things. Some of the other clubs coming from different countries will no doubt have a different attitude because they've got no chance again of making anywhere near this in their own competitions. So I think you may see, particularly the South American teams, really pushing hard for this. I don't necessarily think that Man City and Chelsea are going to be fielding what I would call first team squads. I think they'll have top level squads, but it won't be quite the top level. I think they're going to have to rest and rotate. And so I think the Club World Cup still got some issues to prove itself. And we've seen FIFA struggling to get broadcast deals and different things together. They're pushing really hard to make it happen, but I don't think we're going to see top level performances at the Club World Cup just yet.
But obviously, as you mentioned, like for some of the South American teams or Auckland City, that kind of windfall could be club changing forever.
Absolutely, it is, and that's what I mean. They're going to be timing their season, and they're probably sacrificing things right now in terms of player fitness and player rotations ahead of the Club World Cup. Whereas Chelsea and Man City, both of them are struggling to get in the Champions League and are going to be fielding full strength squads, every weekend for the next 10 games going into the end of the season to make sure they finish in that top 4 or 5. So that's the difference I think right now. And also, as I say, mentally, players do get attuned to having that break as soon as May comes and the season's finished. And to be told to go straight on to another top-level performance, it's a whole new mindset that they've got to learn. Look, we know they're paid highly enough, and everybody's got that excuse that they get paid enough, they've got to play. But they're human beings, and there's a problem, I think, in actually programming players to be working, basically, with only 4 weeks off in the whole year. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I don't think we're going to see the European clubs at their best.
And Fernandinho was offered a position on Manchester City's coaching staff. Is this a good move for the club?
Yeah, look, he's obviously a fan favourite. He's very popular, and Fernandinho is a great love for Man City. I just wonder if he's going to take his family back from Brazil and actually settle in England again. There's a lot of talk right now. I don't know if it's really going to go through. I think it's a lovely gesture. If he comes back, he can certainly add, but he's now got to think longer term about his family life and those sort of issues that are behind it all. So there are some other considerations that have got to be taken into account. But if he was to land, I think he's a great personality. And I think it's a sign of City now sort of showing that they've had longevity at the top and are now starting to have that sort of culture of past footballers who have got the whole winning ethos. And it takes a decade or so to actually do that. And now City are starting to find those ex-players that can deliver, as things that Man United have had for many years now. But so no, it's a good sign for City, and I wish him well if he does come back.